like it was an overrated experience.
Wow.
You know, Phil Jackson was great. You know, I don't care what the media says. You know, they said I had a problem with Phil Jackson. The problem was never with Phil Jackson. It was with your boy 24, formerly known as KB, Kobe Bryant. And the problem with that team starts with him and ends with him.
Yikes.
We know this conversation has to be had. I'm one of those people who hates the ignoring of history. And that's what this culture has gotten into. In anything. In politics and sports and entertainment, we forget people now. If it didn't happen this morning, we just forget it. I mean, you know, they're players for this current Laker franchise. You know, Elgin Baylor was a phenomenal player. And he's just forgotten. There weren't clips, and there's not enough classic, you know, to see Elgin Baylor and how great he was. And just to even vault somebody past Elgin. People don't study this anymore. They just say, oh, this is the guy I've seen, and therefore he's got to be the greatest. Kobe, top 20 player all time.
How about top 10?
That means to go top 10, I got to put him past in perimeter players. Irvin Johnson, I am not going to do that.
No.
Michael Jordan, I'm not going to do that. I put him past Jerry West now. I will go there.
Oscar?
Oscar Robertson. I don't know. I don't know. He's in the discussion with Oscar. But then you've got the big men you're not going to put him ahead of. You've got Russell. You've even got Kareem. We're talking Lakers. We're talking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Banner, jersey hanging right back there. So there's a lot of great players, and people need to be careful before they just start talking about today's players. The NBA is a very new league relative to the other leagues. We're talking 60 years. But don't forget about great players just because you didn't see them.
Wilbon seen them all. That's why he...
mean to you taking one more step toward that mark?
I don't know. I mean, you know, it's tough for me to really put that in any kind of context in terms of, you know, he and I goes. Because 90% of what I've learned and what I figured out comes from him. So this is not a situation where it's, you know, a me and Shaq rivalry kind of thing. Because 90% of what I've learned and what I figured out comes from him.
I just think, and if Kobe's watching in the locker room, he's going to be mad at me, right? I just think he's overrated defensively. I'm not saying he's not great defensively. I just think he's overrated defensively.